Hello Aquarius, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Aquarius for the next 3 months. So this will be for the first quarter of the year from January to the end of March. Obviously we are already through a little bit of January here, or halfway through January, but it'll just be from whenever you view the video till the end of March. Now keep in mind this is a general reading. Take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not. Also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now Aquarius, I do not do personal readings, so if you get a message from someone, they are trying to scam you. Okay, they are impersonating me. Please do not get scammed. And check out my Instagram. I do exclusive content there. Also, if you watch my content regularly and you have not yet hit the subscribe button, please do consider doing that. Lost a card here. Really helps my channel grow in a big way. Same is true if this is just the first time you're watching me. So let's go ahead and get all these cards out here, make sure everything is in view, and then we'll get right into it for you. Really, really, really nice reading here, Aquarius, I have to tell you. So I think that looks good enough to me. Energy on the bottom, you have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands really tells you to be unequivocally yourself, okay? Be the truest version of yourself and do not allow anybody to tell you how you should be. Be the unique person that you are, Aquarius. When I think about an Aquarius, my moon sign is an Aquarius, I'm an Aquarius moon. And when I think about Aquarius, it's like they're an air sign, but they're also considered the water bearer. And so it's sort of like probably the most unique sign, if you were to ask me, in the zodiac wheel, is Aquarius. And that's cool. That's like a superpower that you should tap into here. And so be the truest version of yourself here when you get the Queen of Wands. And not only that, but be bold, be assertive, be confident, which are all values and virtues of this Queen of Wands. Additionally, Queen of Wands is about attraction, okay? And so it doesn't just talk about attracting people into your life. It can mean that you're attracting a romantic person into your life, which there could be someone coming forward, and I'll get into that, why I feel that way here. But it also talks about you just being able to attract things into your life at this time. Opportunities, new forms of abundance, maybe a new income stream, maybe a new job opportunity. And that is certainly present here on the board as well for you, Aquarius. So we'll of course dive into that as we move along in this reading, but really, really like the sort of energy, the vibe here to start off with this reading. So right away in the middle, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Really, really amazing card to start off with. Okay, this middle card bleeds into the rest of the card, so it's pretty important for me as a reader in this spread. And the Ten of Pentacles is like your harvest arriving, or your harvest being here. Okay, it says you've gone through, interestingly enough, the ace all the way through the suit of pentacles, and now you have this sort of chest, this sort of reward at the end of the suit. So it talks about a big increase in your abundance, and deeper notes of this card talk about building a legacy, right? And like being able to have the material resources to build a legacy. It can indicate money being passed through generations, in that maybe someone in your family built a legacy and now you're ready to inherit that, right? It can talk about inheritances, anything like that, but it's a big money card, and it's a big card of abundance. And remember, abundance is different for everybody. Abundance is really just truly your ability to receive. And so for some of you, that may be a loving relationship. For some of you, that may be a new job, maybe a new house, whatever it is that you've been looking to get, or the abundance, whatever abundance means for you. That's what the Ten of Pentacles talks about. I need to point out this middle row here, huge. All pentacles, you go from the start of the suit with the ace through to the 10, and you also have the 8. So this is a big, in your day-to-day here over the next 3 months, in your current realizations, money and material situations are very, very important for you, and they're going to play a big role. So it looks very good. Now, we'll call it January, you have the Knight of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Tower. So I need to point something out. In this upper row here, you have somebody maybe, which is the row of your thoughts, your mind. You have maybe somebody coming in, Okay, you have somebody maybe charging in here with not only the Knight of Swords, but also the Chariot. And you may be thinking about somebody. Okay, Knight of Swords indicates a quick event. Somebody may be arriving very quickly, could be an air sign. I could also talk about you. But this person or this situation that is coming very quickly is on your mind. Now, this lower row is interesting here. This lower row is your subconscious. It's what's in your internal awareness, the messages that are coming up through within. And it can also represent something that's hidden or what you can't see, the dream world. You have the Tower. You have something going on here in the subconscious that's maybe a little bit troubling for you. Okay, I'm not concerned about it because above here, as you keep moving up the spread, it looks amazing. But there's something under the surface here that's maybe weighing on you. Okay, so this is very interesting how this is playing out. The Tower indicates an upheaval or a sudden change. It doesn't need to be negative. It can represent some sort of revelation that is coming into your life. It can also say that maybe you are living in a house of cards and you need to take a look at something. And so I would say in January, is there something you're not being honest with yourself about? Because, the Tower may just shake that up for you, right? You can't plan for a Tower event. That's the thing. Lastly, you have this Ace of Pentacles, which is a new beginning in the material realm. It's a very positive card. Contracts, documents, paperwork. Some of you may be thinking about taxes. You may have an unexpected situation that happens around taxes. We are in this Mercury retrograde here for January into the beginning of February, but nothing to stress about. You have very good things on the other end of this, but it's a very positive card here with this Ace of Pentacles, so new beginning. Now, you do have double aces, which is always a positive sign in a reading. It can say that something will come around if you keep going for it. With double aces. In this middle column here, we'll call it February, you have the Ace of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Moon. So again, there's something here, there's psychological work here that's going on, okay, with the Moon. You may want to look at Carl Jung's works. He does a lot with subconscious repression and things about the subconscious here. And I don't know why I'm thinking about that at this time, but there's something around the Moon in and of itself talks about the subconscious, and you have it in that subconscious row. So when I get that combination of it being in this lower row with that card, it talks about like subconscious fears, okay? Like something that is troubling you internally. And the thing is, the Moon, it can represent emotional situations, but it also talks about a temporary fear or a temporary situation, something that comes and goes, like the phases and the cycles of the Moon. So nothing to be concerned about, but there is something that maybe internally is not as it appears, and it's interesting because everything else is amazing. Like you go up the spread here and it's positive, it's abundant, it's happy. The Ace of Cups, like you could be meeting somebody here in February, or you could be meeting somebody in the beginning, in the first 3 months of the year here with the Ace of Cups. You could also just get that happy start that you've been looking for in your life. And we've talked about this Ten of Pentacles. Moving forward here towards March, you have the Chariot, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. So double eights here, 8-8 energy, that's infinity. Turn the 8 on its side and you get the infinity symbol. You have this Chariot, which again, somebody really, really, really charging forward. Okay, coming forward on their horse, on their chariot, whatever it is, saying, I'm interested in you, Aquarius. It's also a major card of victory and says that through self-discipline, you will be victorious. But this upper row, you have someone on your minds here. And I do feel like they may make a move towards you, or they may move towards you in some way here, Aquarius. And so it's interesting because in your current realizations in this middle column here, you now also have this Eight of Pentacles in March, which is the card of major talent. Okay, you can see this person has a lot to bring to the table. Okay, they're wrapping up their latest creation here. Their other ones are hanging up on the ceiling above them. They have a gift, they have a skill, they have a true talent towards something. And if that's not resonating with you, the Eight of Pentacles can just indicate good movement forward in your workplace or whatever it is that you do for money. And it can also indicate a hardworking individual. So, you have money here or material situations very, coming up prominently in your current realizations. On your mind, a person below in your subconscious, the way that you're talking to yourself, are a little bit trapped. And there's something that you can't see here that's troubling you. So let's go ahead and start to clarify this even more. Now, if you're enjoying this, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already, and really appreciate you being here. Thank you for spending your time with me. Hope things are going well for you. Also, check out my website. There's a link to that in the description below. You can sign up for my email list. Now, if you're a regular viewer, you'll notice that I'm going to be using a different Oracle deck here, but regardless, let me know what you think about this Oracle deck. So you have Shaolin Master, be graceful in movement and action. Ooh, very much like that energy for you. You have Medicine Guardian, be open to healing information. Okay, very nice. Really liking the imagery here and the messages on these Oracle cards. Lastly, you have very nice Animal Guardian, trust your instincts, as well as Oracle, wait for important information. You're watching a, Oracle, Tarot, whatever reading you want to call it. Some of you may, you may be watching like a lot of tarot readings or oracle readings. Some of you may reach out to a spiritual advisor or something along those lines. And you know what? This person may come forward to help you out with this subconscious situation that's happening here in this lower row. There's healing. There's like deep, like psychological or deep like healing work that's going on. Okay. So this is interesting. So now we have take action, big happy changes. So that's very nice. By the way, the Knight of Swords is a card of action. Lastly, here you have a year from now and not the right time. So if you're somebody who's just like thinking about someone coming forward, but there's not actually someone in your life, it could mean that right now your focus is on building your empire, your focus is on your money, building your legacy, building your career out. And as you work towards that, as you are unequivocally Aquarius here, this person will come in. Now, I'm not saying this is going to take a year. A lot of people get stressed out about that year from now card. You should not be stressed about that card. For me, that could be something that happened a year ago, but it could also mean that the seeds you're planting now may take some time to develop, but it looks like you have a good first start to the year is what I feel like saying. So don't get stressed about that. So you have the Four of Cups, you have the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. So now we have this Queen energy. We actually have 3 queens here on the board. Wands, Cups, and Swords. So pretty big feminine energy here, which we all have the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine within us. And, interestingly enough, the Queen of Cups is the traditional therapist in the tarot. At least that's how I read it oftentimes. Someone who can offer you a helping hand. And it can say that, some of you are going to be doing some deep psychological work here in 2022, but this could certainly, the seed could be planted here in the first 3 months, in the first quarter of the year here. You could absolutely be meeting somebody who gives you healing information, who just really helps you at a psychological level with whatever's going on here. And I feel pretty strongly about that. The Queen of Swords with the Ace of Pentacles. Queen of Swords is a card of action as well, cutting to the chase, not letting anyone get in your way, and cutting through the indecision as well, because you do have this Four of Cups, which is somebody who's potentially needing to make sure they do not miss out on opportunities. You can see this hand coming out of nowhere of the universe offering you an alternative cup or an alternative solution to your problem. And just keep that in mind, where I feel like some of you are concerned about missing out on love, but the reality is that as soon as you start being the truest version of yourself, that person will come in. That's the answer. So you have Four of Swords, King of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles here. So we now have this like nice blend of this feminine and this masculine energy, which I like to say this, like the smartest people in society right now are people who can blend the masculine and the feminine energies. And I just felt like saying that because we have these 3 kings, and now we have this 3 queens, now we have this king, this knight. The King of Pentacles is someone who achieves a high status. Like I said, this is now being clarified with the 10 of Pentacles. That's big money energy. Okay, that is boss energy. That's somebody who has a routine, has a plan, sticks to the plan, executes the plan, and they are very much rewarded for that energy. So you here are really focused on your financials. And I get the sense that there's this Four of Swords was a card of rest. allow the love situation here, whatever's going on, to just come in. Okay, just allow, don't try to force that, because you have something big here coming in financially, especially with the Knight of Pentacles, which is the arrival of a financial event, being hardworking, being dependable, and somebody who will get their tasks done. It also is, working, something that you've been working towards for a long time, with this Knight of Pentacles finally arriving. So keep that in mind. We also have this Hierophant, 8 of Swords, and the 5 of Swords. Okay. You're forcing something here, and it's coming through in the subconscious, and it's almost like there's this fear of loss or this fear of defeat here that's coming in, okay? With the 5 of Swords and the 8 of Swords, and now the 8 of Swords coming in once again. There's something that you can't see. And what I will tell you, Aquarius, is if we could see everything, if we could see all the answers, what would be the point of this incarnation? What would be the point? So, it's time for you to drop this fear of losing out on something that hasn't even come yet, and just allow yourself to stay in the present moment, build the thing that you're building, because you're building something big here. You have this Hierophant as well, tradition, structure. It's also marriage, which is interesting, because the Chariot here is someone coming forward. Like, I feel like you have like a dream of a long-term partner or a long-term connection. I would say hold the dream, but don't chase, okay? Allow it to happen, okay? And you can do that by embracing this Queen of Wands energy, which is being yourself. You also have this Page of Cups here on the bottom. There could be someone coming forward, but again, there's something here going on where there are some things at the psychological level that I feel like you're working through at this moment. So let's see what else we have here. Or the subconscious level. Like, let's see what we have here in the Kipper deck to clarify even more. This is a very good reading, I have to say. Okay, so you have child. You're working through childhood stuff right now. Expectation, great fortune. Yeah, I'm not surprised to see that. Bad health, main male, and concern. Okay, don't worry about whatever gender you're interested in. Okay, don't worry about whatever this main person is, main male, main female, whatever this person is coming in here, okay? Because this may even be affecting, you're clearly building something big, okay? The Great Fortune card is the best card to get in this Kipper deck. It's major changes in fortune, major changes in luck, building something big, like a Great Fortune, a legacy, anything like that, when you get it with the King of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. So that's huge, right? And don't allow whatever's going on here with needing to find somebody, or maybe you're worried about being alone, because the 8 of Swords is isolation, and you have that twice. I do feel like maybe some of you have a childhood, like a generational trauma or generational blockage that you're going to work with somebody on. And this is going to unlock this situation. So look, your expectation of finding somebody is getting in the way, and that's going to prevent you from that person actually coming in. So just being straight up with you here. Hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for being here. Hit that like button, subscribe. Take care. Have a great day. I will see you in the next one.